All right, me family. Una kusha, una kabo. Wherever una day, and today back again, we don't come um to una with what would you do? And today we topic what we get is what we get for put in place, for reduce fire incidents in Freetown. And this year, yeah, so based on the reports in Freetown, we get a lot of fire incident during this year, yeah. So what this year not even ended. And also we go ahead and interview one of the people that were in the Wokana Fire Force. We give we a lot of information that we would like for share with Tuna me family them. So today, just like I say no more, they discuss about the fire them where they go on now Freetown. We don't see where a lot of places then they burn. We don't know waiting at the cause or waiting they happen, and also waiting at the measures them and the safeguard things the way we fumble them then they take. So with no further ado, I will introduce me co-host Tona, and from there we will play the video where we now go see the interview and waiting the woman they talk about, waiting at some of the prevention them and waiting at some of the things there where they put in place. So me family them I want for me kuna fast una seat belts, and also when I go call and give una own ideas them and una own contribution of what you wanna think say, we get for put in place in a free time. With no further ado, I introduce Madam Cabo to una.
Hello, family owner. Good evening. Me will talk to owner. I'm the co-host for this program. What will you do? My name is Aisha Tairukago. So, as the host say, we don't come today with a wonderful program to owner where we talk about fire prevention and Freetown. So, we hope say we all go tune in and share the video, and we all will come together for share with ideas and as to what we for do for prevent then numerous fire there so way they go on our country preventable, even though fire, when it comes to fire, you're not going to say 100% no we go there fire free, but at least we pay for minimize the way they occur and the impact we will cause on the community. So again, all thank you for joining. We hope say everybody go enjoy themselves, and we hope so I go call in with our contributions. Thank you. Over to you, Madam.
All right, thank you so much, Madam Cabo. So me family them as another year for me co-host. I want for me to share this video here so to our families and our friends them. So then back go join on with we, and that way we go talk about some of the things that we need for put in place in Sierra Leone. And also, just like how Madam Cabo say, the phone number then they below when I can text comment, and also with no further ado, go try for play the video for now where we interview the lady, so that way they'll go hear from waiting the lady they talk about, because now then they so that way they go give you some ideas them and waiting they don't put in place now free time. So technical team please.
Hello family, na kushe kabo, and welcome to another edition of the weekly program where they come to now the Voice of SALONE Radio and TV network. As we promised reviewers them, say by God in power, we try for bring what they request for. Today we did now one big institution as SALONE, we can tell now waiting they safe to do na the country. But before we go further, me, now Mohamed Cecil Kamara, will call the program to you, and I get a guest Naya. We said we introduce yourself and tell that Naya.
Okay, good afternoon and thank you very much. Me, a station officer, been to Fatmata Kamara from the National Fire Force.
Okay, Miss been to Fatmata Kamara. So we did our Fire Force today, waiting at the actual role and the responsibility of the National Fire Force at the country.
Okay, thank you very much again. Well, Cap 68 of the Laws of Sierra Leone 1960 and the Fire Authority Act of 1980, it give our force the sole mandate for respond to all fire incidents across the country, and also we can respond to other emergencies that we get for do disasters such as man-made and natural disasters then. And we can also do rescue operations then, like if somebody for doing inside well able for community then we get personnel whether an expert for doing work then. But the sole mandate will get whether we no more responsible for doing if anybody come in and help the employee now for ensure we extinguish all fire incidents there where they take place in the country.
Okay, yes. Now you say all about the country. Now Usa we get the branches them because like I believe say the headquarter the Nayasu Usa with this presently. So like you can tell me the station they will get other branches them.
Yes, for the western area we get about 4 branches. We get one at Sakila Road. We get one at Aberdeen, we get one at Kisi, and one at Ukel. For the provinces, we get Station Abo, we get Makeni, we get Kenema, we get Pujon, where we recently built one station there. We get Moyamba, we get Cambia, then we get Kono. Then we presently construct station na Kabalawe very soon it go done. Then we don't recently open all the station na Kailao. So for now the only side they will not get stations there it's na places like Putroko, Kaine. I think that them Falabana then side they bond. But they try
so like if fire accidents occur na Putroko, which you go do now call from Cambia because now they closer day for like which day?
No, unfortunately we not go able to call because we consider the distance we will cover. And the most unfortunate thing is not to all the stations then we get engines then because we get very limited engines then presently. For the whole country we get less than 35 engines then. So that we get stations that we not get engine like I say. And for example, like Cambia station, we get the station they will not get engine there. Then also Moyamba and Pujo get fast stations and they will not get engine. So what thing they can do now for just take the proactive approach for like sensitizing people on waiting for prevent themselves from fire. But if fire will occur, unfortunately for now we're not able to attend to the fire calls because we don't get engines then at them places then.
Okay, so like all the stations that we call should they all get different call line,
Exactly.
Okay. When una can go for go do this for go extinguish a fire. I don't know if I can get any challenges with people because first time today we understand say if I was they go they do much pass they make so people like install them that they happen again.
Yeah, we have a good challenges there, but one thing I want to clarify, I want to make family know now that fire force not the match pass before they hot fire. Now believe when even me before I joined the fire service, I began that belief. They also come out becoming that people they will take over 30 years at the fire service. And not ever they happen. And not signing at the wall where that's the happen. Maybe firefighters and they march before they hot fire. And not true at all. But the challenges them way as you don't write they ask them plenty. In fact, they can make at times not able to do work there on time. Because but people get that negative perception about fire force and then get time because most of them never get the education, never get the true story, but waiting really fire force they undergo. You know, so when you believe something way wrong and you never get the opportunity to get the right story, yes, you will always work with that wrong notion. Yes. So the first person not the match pass and the challenges they get for do with one late calls. Most of the time people not can call you on time. So man not even get the fire service number. And so man get a habit where fast start, it go try for what and for himself take where he say that not able and it go begin first for call the fire service. Then also we get challenged with the road networks. We can go to some areas there. We must get reach with the city host the board, but we're not able to access the particular house the way they born because the road not able to lead it today.
Right place.
Yes, you know, so we get some places in this country where even bikes for pass they not it's not what talk about. Exactly.
And then
cluster areas, there's no access road, the topography not good and all that. Then also this traffic congestion. Most of the time for me cooking left with stations them for when there fire incidents there, it can be very, very difficult because the road, the motor man and the motor car they all can just cluster for me to get away not easy. So all the challenges they are can make we not able to reach on time. And what how many people know, as firefighters we get a rule where the government we now react. Where say when you are on duty, if you fail for respond to fire call, that's you as an individual firefighter. you do operations, you fail, that what can left you where they go hot fire, and they lead to immediate dismissal. So that means that we take fire call very, very important. As soon as we get the call, we can left on time. So not only then challenges there can make we late, and also the most unfortunate thing, what we don't go through all the struggles there, just for not to reach at the scene, the people can become very hostile to me. Go begin stoning the cause and all that. Well, that can make we work on time. But we know that with more education and we begin know the constraints of what they go through, then we'll learn for embrace we rather than for stone we and do all kind of things so we go interrupt to the operations.
Okay, Ms. Bintu, thank you very much. Really appreciate the sensitization we give to people out there, because I know say when people request for this particular program and because of the one for know how they for tackle the kind of problem how they come. So like I don't know if you go give me rough statistics, or let me say last year and this year, which one will get more fire accident than the current?
Well, for last year and this year, if we look at the statistics, this year we don't tend to get more fire incidents than last year.
Never mind, it's just don't begin.
Yeah, that's why the fact that this year not ended. Because when you check from last year January to the present month road day, and you try for check from this year January to the present month, this year alone we don't record over 200 fire incidents there, just from January to this March month road day, and that's very, very worrisome. For last year, for the whole of the year, we record something like 400 and something to 500 fire incidents there. But for this year alone, we don't record 200 and more.
Yeah, we reach middle late.
Yes. And we as firefighters, we believe say anytime when fire occur, now either you act or you omission, either you do something or you fail for do something. Yeah. We not believe say you get anything like corrosion fire or then other superstitious belief get attached to fire. So now because of we behaviors, then can lead to them fire there. And then behaviors they are for do with one how they handle the household equipment like this cold pot. One major cause of fire this cold pot. The fact in most time we go where they try for hot the cold pot. If you know hot that cold properly, that one corona go hot fire will make the entire cold engage and will lead to fire. Then also then stove they are working use. They get technical for put on and put off where you miss the cause fire. Then the major cause of fire what they get where over 70% of fire incidents then get for do with electricity. The way people they handle the electrical appliance system, then faulty connections, the lack of maintenance and all the lights, overloading of circuit. Example is for extension. So man just believe so we get extension if you provide 10 space, if you flop all 10 space and then despite the voltage where you equipment they consume. That very, very wrong. They use your extension according to the voltage of the equipment. Now we get you fan, you get your freezer, you get your computer, they just get one great extension. What you do, you overload that more than the capacity. So it will give you feedback, either it blow off your equipment or it cause fire. So some of the things in this way they cause fire mostly like the communities then.
Okay, thank you very much for listening. A way for them to learn plenty. I believe say waiting with sister don't talk now, it make a huge sense because it happen to everybody, especially being at this country. Me say it happen to me, but alhamdulillah I don't get up from today. Say if the extension provide the 10 space and not for go slot all thing, at times I even put goose day where you know not even correct, you know say. So like one thing again, when I can go for hot fire, I don't know this toll gate because I don't see one time where the fire force reach day. Pass again for which stay the other motor and pass force. Will I get any special sign or will I pay na the toll gate before I cross?
Well, the good thing is that we know they pay at the toll gate. All we find is they can go through without any payment. But we not get any special sign where they will put say this not just for emergency vehicles. It might not be only for first vehicles, then maybe the ambulance system. Like at least they need to provide a special space where no other mosquito go the pass or if several other mosquito they but they create way where vehicles where they in emergencies come, they not go get that term, they not go get reason for waste time. Because one thing about emergency, especially when you go to fast scene, far not the wait. The more they get oxygen, the more they continue to expand. So the sooner you reach at the fire scene, the more helpful it will be for making you able to extinguish the fire on time. So like we not get no special side where we go say this are just for emergency vehicles.
Hello Fambulem, na kushe kabo and welcome to another edition of the weekly program.
Well, the good thing is that we know they pay at the toll gate. All we find is they can go through without any payment. but we not get any special sign where they will put say this not just for emergency vehicles. It might not be only for our first vehicles, then maybe the ambulance system. Like at least they need to provide a special space where no other mosquito go the pass, or if several other mosquito they but they create way where vehicles where they in emergencies come, not go get that term, they not go get reason for waste time. Because one thing about emergency, especially working go to fast scene, far not the wait. The more they get oxygen, the more they continue to expand. So the sooner you reach at the fast scene, the more helpful it will be for make you able to extinguish that fire on time. So like we not get no special side where we go say this not just for emergency vehicles.
All right, Ifambolem, as another yagi for waiting, you know, the lady they say about waiting the fire first that they do na tongue, and also waiting at the prevention them, you know, where people are need for taking place. You see, fire na tea when nobody need the wish for, you know. Sometimes it can happen on accident, sometimes again it can happen on negligent, you know, but there is no way, you know, where somebody go try for do fire on purposely, you know. So these then are things that we need for discuss, we need for cover things that are on board, you know, where we need for address. And I just they say, you know, to me, viewers them please, when I can call, when I can comment, and when I can give my own ideas them, so that way they will go forward with this program here. So because I believe so na ideas or na comments, you know, go really help we and go help other people them as well na tongue. So Madam Cabo, so waiting, you know, now you take to this, you know, the interview with the lady they say.
The interview is great. I like the interview. Educating, and I think say for me as well that time when that's how we say people then can talk to fire first kind in the match. Me say I'm hearing that was small. I mean say that too, because I always can say why did they match? Well, no one is suicide in the hot fire. So a better way we get on today from the horse's mouth for say not to.
Yes.
So me own take about this like a nice in the way where we all go know what we they do wrong and what we supposed for do, what we know they do. So because as it's saying a two things they cause fire, either you fail for do something or you do something when not right.
Yes.
So you can still do the thing, but if you not do it the right way, you still go cause the fire. And if you neglect for do something as well, it will make fire. So what I pull from that now from the electricity. The electricity try to talk say we for always check we circuit them, and we for always, and many of we don't do that, and they even I yourself pass like the one that we get the building then you can't check. But like SALONE so now sometimes then they pass like the circuit where they can put them where they can connect you first. It can they say me I don't ever remember CCF now something we can check. But in the try for tell we say we for the check and we look if any side they we peel, we don't or where they miss you know they send the right voltage, you know. So then and they can make like if the short circuit, like for instance if the bulb they go on and off by itself, let we know we feel for saying that something bad, they happy or okay say oh na sign. Sometimes that's what can take not to sign until the try for tell we say we supposed for the check, then circuit the day regularly and see what it need for be done. And the one the back where they do like their outlet, the way they fix we things them we're not supposed for overload them because they can cause fire.
Yes, and then also it mentions say, you know, the roads them, you know, because you know sometimes so that they go when they call them on a duty for fire problem, by the time when they reach there maybe the place go down burn down or other issues then go down occur because of the traffic. That's one. And two, and talk about the people then too where they overcrowd now the streets them, and also the road then too small. And the lady even mentioned say, you know, there's some places then they're not able to go with the cars them. you know, because of the roads them. So I don't know what you think about that. There, what we famble them think about, you know, the roads them, you know, where they make the people and then they go forgot the fires there on time.
Yeah, that is na very important information. I think say Danny, you know, something need just to be done on the higher authority their own end, because the roads they kind of narrow already. So when the traffic the jam like that, even a year, you go see say people them can pull over so that the other motorcar go pass when are the fire truck or if na ambulance. But in we case now, the roads are kind of tight. So I don't know how that is possible. And also, a very important for letting go know say then kind here also a fine for letting go pull them people in a street where they do them streets put market in a road for sale. Because if emergency hits, the motorcar one for pass quick and the other motorcar is supposed to give way. They don't get enough time for give the market people and time for push the market then. So sometimes then they either spoil somebody in market by that already, it will add hardship on the community, because then people then they not get better money, right? So then they just they sell.
Of course.
Yes, until they only get maybe 10,000 per the day or 20,000 profit. So if the motorcar one pass in that hurry, everybody they afraid for letting the motorcar not bang them. They can spoil post market, somebody can get accident as well, and that can cause other hardship back then. We side the motorcar they head, as the ladies say, most times it's possible to not get for save the house because the road is very congested. So that's another very important thing for make the city look into some of the reasons then why the market people need for free up the road. And then the other trucks there or motorcar they can able for give way whenever fire truck they pass, because it's not easy for just create another road when an access road is expensive. So waiting less expensive for now to utilize that, I think say that will be the best solution, a quick fix for now, because for say for make fire for make other road that I don't know, it's expensive.
Yes. You know, like also, you know, I believe say, you know, like just like Yaso normal, you know, just like how you say, if Nayaso now, if like fire truck or ambulance then they come, you they see everybody they give way. Even you where they drive safe, you they go na the other lane. You know, like you go squeeze. If now one lane, you know, because you know then get the other lane there, usa motorcar they pass for turn in. So then the only motorcar then go that way there, and then also, you know, the fire truck and ambulance go able for go. So I believe saying I don't think they are so, you know, the traffic authorities, them, you know, the people away then they now doing the vehicle side. I believe saying I think and this so they need for put in place. You know, I believe say they need for sanitize the drivers, them, you know, where they drive, say in case of emergency, you know, and I get forgive, you know, the ambulance and the fire force sorry, and the fire force people in a way for make them go able for pass, you know. And also we know how Freetown is very crowded, you know. Sometimes it's very hard, you know, for the people and for let them do their job, for make them go able for us then fire there. So you know where they go on. And also the lady mentioned say, you know, most of the time when they go for go hot fire, then people then can stone them, you know, people then can do so many things to them, which I think say enough call for, you know, if your family member or somebody don't take in place, you know, for do anything and they for do fire and everything. We all know how dangerous it is, you know. The people in Bembe where they work their life they in line, you know, for make them go na your house for let the hot fire. So my family will get a caller on the line. Hello caller, waiting at your name and who side the call from. Hello caller, waiting at your name and who side the call from, please. Hello caller, you can able to talk a little bit loud, please. What's your name and who side the call from? Well, it looks like say, we need able to forget this caller on the phone. Yeah, all right. So if I'm then just like just like how Abby they say, them people like us, so that they risk them life so much, for us them fire things they are, so the people in not respect the fire force, people them, that they do all kind of things to them, number one, how you go expect somebody for putting life in that place, they wanna go stone them, wanna go do some kind of things to them. Next time if you see like this happen, then go afraid for go, then go say, okay, if I go out fire again, then go disrespect me, then go stone for me, and then this not things that this not issue that what we need for address, and also we need for educate, we fumble them, about this fire things they are, so, and also the one that would then they use stove, for cook, then get for learn, how for turn the stove on and turn them off, because sometimes people and they forget, for turn the stove on, and to not to all man know how for use electronics stove them. This not things them where the ladies say sometimes they can put in place and they go around and sensitize, we fumble them now free town day. And then they also, it mention about the things the way then the way the equipment them. We say before then they go without no proper equipment, no not get no gown for wear and everything, then they risk their life so much. But we thank God now, based on what the ladies say, and say now they have some equipment them where they use for us this fire, yes.
Please. We'll get a call.
Yes, okay. Hello caller, what's your name and who say the call from, please?
Yeah, I call from Italy.
Oh, hi. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, how do find out how they do now you program name, because say no to the same time what they use to now, but I just say like come online so that I will able to get touch with you today.
Oh, thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
I really happy so much for this wonderful issue that they do, and I really appreciate. Like example, what did that woman be talk about? So the fire you say really they affect really that their country. Then they measure two side and way that 2-3 side away. He measure one to the rodeo side, two and the street market in the way people they can do, and really because even we say will be there. Will be the see if some side in the way fire don't catch, they the motka one reach. If our first one reach, it not go easy because one they not go able to get away from where they run among them people they take them way go up the fire. So and then save the spear for the life, the people they try for save the life them. You don't see the issue then. So the thing they then therefore try for let it, because one then when they back again what they say another street then they say salute tranganess easy. So then back again the other side we said them we able go pack the market they sell, they able take off their family there. Unless they do the street market then they no more they able respond, they able take off their family. This then are the main thing we then get for make because of one, we know now we country now easy. So you see, but the time of the thing and the way that woman they measure and the right thing that they do with the woman they try to talk about, because we know how fire business they really humble people in their country than they.
Yes.
You see? Yeah, that's how they really do woman, it really try, really talk through. That's how they.
Yes.
You see, like example, so like this accident now way in take a place now Tom then 2 days here, really it be so complicated. Even the firehose them go there they come, it's so difficult really. You see, it's so difficult. And the streets back again more. But if you talk about the street your side, there's no way against SALONE then we able put a street again in other places then back again go so difficult really. Because one, say SALONE now all over hill no more. Now all over hill. You see.
All right, thank you. So my question where I get for you is, so what in your advice or the things that we go say about the people that way they stone the fire first people them, maybe because they arrive now they seem too late, because we already know the issues the way they make them the late, for us them fire in the air, so but then people then they stone them, then go do things to them. So what thing you think so? The people they need for do?
Well, say Yeah, mama, you know, say the inside and then I no more get for patient because one, even a good self, if they do self, some man go take and say nobody they do. So, Salona, we know now we country now. Even though good they do, then we take and say nobody they do. So, even though they stone them, they wait and they get for ignore because then they try for let them save life. We know how house can burn, then we know how value can they say house back, we house can burn. Automatically, then thing and they can be so complicated. You see, eh? So, now then get for ignore then thing and they know how them go able encourage to the people them back because any good way they do possible they go must they against you back again. So you see, but there is no other option from then till and
All right, thank you so much. So, Madam Cabo, you get anything? Let's see.
And Madam Cabo, and na me own sister, and na me own sister, myself na David Cabo.
Okay.
Local by tribe from Kabbalah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
thank you so much. So the other question I get now, something they prevent like this putting away and not say when they make cause fire again for smoke na bed. Some people the way they smoke, the smokers the way they smoke na bed, then collect for day na room, then relax. Like for smoke, what you go advise people the way they for smoke indoors in particular, because when you smoke inside, you get more tendency for let maybe the cigarette go small side. If drop some side, you might not go there. Then people then sleep na net, then fire cage. Then secondly, you get the people in the back with the light candle because most times we not get light. So how for manage the candle situation and the cigarette situation?
Well, you don't see that side of the mama. It's so complicated. You know, say some man they smoke, some man they smoke, some man they drink, and when some man don't drink now, you know, go able to control himself again because when somebody don't drink, you know the in idea again. So you don't know what he go do. He go if he smoke, he bring his away. You know, say current now current no more. You see, we saying go able. The only thing we get for talk to the woman then because when you man, now you get you man, now you know how you man they waka before they can host the way they the kind of situation and the way they see you man. I think you get for monitor that Monday, say you go to bed. Because the problem is that now the accident can cause. So man the way don't drink now, then a smoke no more they smoke, any say we feel for food, then thing they then ashes then they put on. You see? But then thing they really hardly for let you go talk with people the way they go. Yeah, because some man go take on, but some man ways you don't drink, you don't go out of idea. You see the issue? This is the money that will country day.
So the candle sign now because that candle day one me auntie na locust housing can get
well they can't be your side mama. You know say some houses they not get light and some like example now some houses they take them 2-3 days and then they get light. Okay, the time that we light don't come, so tell them go they pass sleep, they sleep, then light don't come, then the candle then they on. Then when you know say when somebody they sleep, when you don't know because like example no, like 2 days, 3 days, like maybe people on the outside and then 3 days, 3 days no get light. So they must go light them, other thing them, you don't light, go they on down, then they go put other thing they on. So the time that we light they come now, we don't go day, we don't go no, and they tell you the accident make it cause. Because if they they presently, so where the light they come like example, some party they at midnight they can get light in salon. So you don't see, some man go don't sleep now, safe. So when the light don't come that way, then it will be it cause accident. You see some light they kick out power. So you don't see if you not they sleep, it cause accident. You see the issue now we can happen at their country then there.
Yes, but in that case now, what do we for do? Because since the candle they will still get for use. I know say they use but put candle now. But like we say, you feel say advisable for let people them put candle. But
well the advice would
you feel say
the advice would give for all the advice all would give for we Salone brother then Salone sister then they therefore very be careful. At least if you use just say one not get light. Maybe if one not get light, one not get light, no light then they them normal light there you put battery inside you lay them. But if you say you go light candle you left farm then they will be so difficult. They turn away the light they come and it cause the accident then they. So we go advise them no more, make them know how they therefore they do them till they. You know say Salone I go take that, I no go take. Ain't the problem. But light in the way normal, you able to put the light on, you say you sleep. You see? Than when the light candle. it will be so, I don't know how they really, you see.
All right, thank you so
thank
much.
You so much.
Thank you so much
okay.
for
yeah, thank
you.
You.
Call again
Yeah.
as time goes on if you get anything for say. We really appreciate you though. Thank you.
Well, what comments?
No problem.
You read the comments then.
You know, at the time, you know, saying at the time way before say, I'm okay, able gauge you now because if I gauge the time, the no more, or no more every time, so that I will able with a follow up with us more.
Yeah, but the thing is, just not say no more at this time, yeah. So we can do online. Yes.
Okay.
Every Saturday.
No problem.
Every Saturday.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you very much.
All right, me family them. As another yegi, you know, from waiting we call her they say, and also you know, Madam Cabo asked say waiting we go do, you know, for the candle them, you know, the one the way then they light candle then a tongue, and also the people the way they smoke cigarette and everything, you know, because now we don't see they have a lot of then how do they call them things so they use battery or they light them. You know, so they get there now, they get different kind of lights. So I believe they, you know, in very appropriate if the people then go use lights instead of candle, you know, for make them go able for study if you're not a student, and also, you know, the lights will be more preventable when not go cause fire, you know, at the house. And also, you know, if they use candle or lamp, if you know say you they scared for sleep now dark and waiting, you know, make sure say you use your phone light or something like that. But my advice to una where they use candle is before you go to bed, make sure say you turn the candle off.
Correct.
You out them off completely. You make sure say the lamp or whatever you they use you out completely out before ever you go to bed. You know, because now one thing they are, so you know where they cause fire incident them na the houses them. And also, you know, some of them people the way they smoke, you know, sometimes when you smoke you just get for no side they put you ashes, you know, and make sure say you get certain those like small side the outside they put you cigarettes inside, and also, you know, you get for check the place, make sure say you know no fire nothing at the cigarette before ever you dey pour them. Or maybe this outside they put you cigarettes, make sure say you get a little bit of water where you just go toss the thing and make sure say it on completely. I believe same na them prevention they are so we need for take when it comes to candle and cigarette smoking things then at the house. So Madam Cabo.
Well, we will try to read the comments then so that we will interact with the viewers then, so that way their own contributions then too everybody will know within themselves say. So we ask technical team if you can put up the comment there for we, so that we can able to read from them. And just so let we all get on straight, I think say the people the way they sell in the street. I mean, he say they may build a big market at one time, like one or the downtown, for make people and sell it, but they refuse for go. So some of them we negligence the work can do. Can they always they call government, let government do this, let government do that. But now we self get for also help. We self government can do so much, but we self here for use common sense. If somebody want to buy something, they can still buy. I think the market people are also there for try for help themselves and help the community back. Because if it hardship can, we all hardship. It can be somebody who today tomorrow, it can be your house. You know, it can even be house. It can be say the ambulance will go take somebody who is sick. And sick now, we all can sick. So if I don't put something in place where people will get side where they sell, they market them, like then side and so they motor car and they stop. So like everybody will come around that area there for cancel and thing. And so like if they must car and they run, they no fortune at that area, they can team up for the people and buy. But if everybody just they go cross street here and there, students that they cross, small people that they cross, old people that they cross, or car that they pass, no control no day.
Yes.
It they bring hardship, it they cause accident, unnecessary accident, it they make the roads that they dirty, you see. So we go read the comments then so that we will know, we will see what other people themselves think about the solutions they will need for bring forward for help the fire hazard. The first solution when we see na knowledge. If you know what you do, you can able to prevent fire. Because look at the level where people in there like now they're small towns there. Most times they don't can get fire more like we bigger cities then because of the electricity. And most they don't get stove. Most then they use charcoal and then they put them the how you call it?
The firewood?
Cook pan. No. The two like you put the charcoal pan before we cook.
I know sir.
Coal pot. The coal pot.
The coal pot.
The coal pot come inside. Then you left another. So they will now make you know the fire too much. The part of then dry season where you say like the grass cage fire. So we now can bring and cancer because of thief man can come, you know, and the place is small. So then another thing again, we don't get kitchen on a cable for left and another, then they can prevent the fire. So somebody they say reduce overcrowding and move them upline. Yes, that's true, but we don't talk about that in this program one time. The crowded conditions, some people are left upline because of the war. Some people they lost everything, including all the family members then. Some people they left there, if they go now, because of the thing that don't happen at the war, it hard for like them go back again. Some people they for their lifestyle they free. So when they are free turn, then they see light, I like the light not there at the house, then they see the population. Some people they don't can make friends and then they don't make family, they're not all man able for go. So the best way now for decentralize the city, let the government try for extend some offices them like not to everything for the camp on a U building, not to everything like what people in the camp pay the water bill, light bill, renting and electricity. People that office they're supposed for the other side them, not to everything for the middle they turn. Then that way the people they not get need for the always they rush the camp. Market centers they're supposed to be distributed around so that like yeah so now not to would I get all corner get Walmart. So you not get for come up from point A to point B, right?
Yes.
So now another way that they something and they send them an upline, some job then they let them go upline. So the people then go there, then go first for go. Because not to consider and then have free turn them for why they upgrade the way they do. They are the livelihood because then they get them small market them from Abacha Street or Kisi Road. They buy today, then you know, sell in a road and get small thing. Whereas to take back upline now, pass you go do farming or other thing, and not to all man able for do am. So even though they wish say people then go do am, but not everybody go able to do am. Then they say watching you from Nigeria. This is Patrick. Thank you very much and welcome on the show. Then another technical team, if you can please share the comment there first for me. Okay, well, make a read out for me. Okay, there another person they watch from Tonbridge, Kent.
Yeah. Watching live from Tonbridge, Kent.
Okay, welcome on board. So then this other person said, they say, my God, what is the solution? So much blah, blah, blah. You can come with solutions. This is not solutions for everybody. This is not a station for everybody for call and share their ideas. And so far, we don't get few people who don't call. The Fire Force, they don't give some ideas them where it talk about the electrical circuit them, let people then check them, let people then check the stove, then say they hot very well, let them check the cold pot them very well. And then he also talk about also we get phone lines then where actually the person we send for we not able to get to we on time, but by body per next show we go able to give now the numbers then because they say another problem that where fire can happen, especially offline, some people will not get the numbers then for call. So that can make they can begin hurting for themselves. So if a call earlier will prevent more damage. So you can please help the government to reduce the population in the capital city. We not get that power for do that. We go all the echo the things that way we not say they happen. Now we not, but we don't do the government. And again, the government as well not able for just push people there. They encourage them. So the thing that they do for encourage people there now for send jobs they upline with the one the way available. and encourage people. And Salone is not poor. It's what we are doing to help. Well, yeah, but help they come up from everybody, rich or poor, small or big, it no matter, and help not to just money. We need for no for say we attitude also can help matters. If we know for say we're not supposed to drink cold water and take the packet or the plastic and throw it on the gutter, they clog the gutters them. That's now one way for help we save.
Yes.
Instead of pay somebody, right, for cleaning gutters them. That they help reduce the standing water there and the malaria will go come as a result of the mosquitoes, the way they go feed on them thing and day. So one little thing, it is save we a big it make a big savings.
Yes.
So
big
then,
change.
Yes, it bring big change. Thank you. Because there is no law in the country. There are laws. We got laws.
But the people follow.
Yes, except that a very poorly abide. We the citizens, the most of we know they abide. One word will Salone person we left for say but left me. I hate that word. But left that word but left me. As they say and put law, somebody ready for telling company for say, hey, but law not do this. But left me. Now you did in this. Now you did in that. Now we all community.
Yes.
Now we all country. If you better, we all done better. If you poor, we all done poor. So we go for land for be each other's keepers. There is the same back. So many smokers everywhere are not the problem. So many smokers everywhere are not the problem. Yes, there can be a problem, as you don't say. If yourself, if you smoke now or you smoke now bed, you risk fire. Anytime.
Of course.
Whether salon, where any side, so smokers they can contribute. They will not say that they all. This not what we say. This time we try for interview. I will finish with thought quick. We get a caller on the line so that we will get people that will contribute.
Yes.
So we give the fire first person. This now based on data where they can collect. If a fire be, then they ask. When they do their investigation, then go put her if somebody know what thing called the fire, then go talk her. Like yeah, so too much fire they come up from the kitchen where people then they fry. So dry oil. So that there's statistics then they not to we the make and the people themselves they make and so smoking is part of it. So call waiting at your name and what side they call from please?
Emmanuel called from Italy.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Kabo.
you.
Yeah, and the side we be try for talk about the job you say, Mama Salone, we sabi Salone, but job not in a salon. Job so complicated for the people then. Even then people the way they sell na the street then they so not to them will. Or maybe they account this topic 210 and they count and back again. Because na side way before say we don't did it now for how many good years now. So now we own country. This job opportunity we try for talk about. If we salon get job really, most of them people the way they sell, like their young man, their youth man, the way they snap at their street and the way they sell, enough for snap day. But if you think about the job business in their country, they so complicated. So now even them business woman the way they sell at their street, then they for me they able pull them at their street and they quick. You know, it not could be easy because why one. Where somebody get more than 2, 3, 4 picky then 5 picky then you get for feed them. You know get side. For good now, for let you get them, for let you get way, for let you take off them picky then they not a job not to law business we try for talk about for say jobless this lawlessness, not to we try for talk about, but we try for talk about the job you side. It's so complicated. So now the reason this way before say the law need to work in their country, for let the law go work in their country, no go easy. Then you try for talk about say some work and they better able to take people, they better send them in Africa, they left villages, it not go work. Then they all over for work in their country. We country lack of job. We can't have a job, Mama, like you.
Yes, caller. Not so, Madam Kabo say that they now one of the viewer comments.
Now I know. Yes, if it is now this guy for help soon. I know see in back they try for letting able put things in place in the country, but me say make this guy for help and they back again. If that thing they happen. You will see most of them women the way they sell, most of them man the way they sell at the street then we're able to reduce from their street then they. But it will be so complicated for me to reduce from their street then they.
Mr. Kabo, me for the one
yes, ma'am.
Hulkna Street, I think that I not 200% agree with the reason why they want to move back a little bit. Okay, Lord takes it. Not only all the place now. Africa already is hard. Also in Africa.
Yeah, ma'am.
All man get your problem, but we still be able for copy within other countries than they do. Lord take Ghana for instance. Ghana more populated than we. Okay, but when you go there, I don't know for now, but years back what they did, they get the same problem what we get. People they go to market and see, people they go sell. But they're able for implement a law because they make market for them. They push them being small. It don't mean say they're not in team up, they're not in sell along the roadside. You can't forget you small thing. But for that everybody can get that, like can get that. One time in a free turn, somebody want to weigh me under the trailer. Now Kissing Road, the trailer they can another they can put the market there by the gutter. That gutter then access for people and for worker. Not a place for put markets. So it don't matter if they get job or they not get job, they get for feed them picking, they not get for feed them picking. Everybody get for abide by certain rules. So the politicians they need for put we interest first. During the time when I say HPC midday, not on now what's Italian capital from years back say I think that Corona in time they may make big place for them for go sell. But I think election time they want to take down back something like that for counter for say they go do this, they go do that, or like they not go vote for them or something if they pull them on the road. I believe they're slack in the rule. Guess what? Now we self what they do, not to them. Because most of them people are not even going to market. Now people in the send for going to market. Now if you go to that gas street, you go outside and get the Eastern Police because then the ultimate hotel accommodate 2019. For commod up on table, till you come outside that PZ area. This is a short distance. We take almost like 45 minutes to 1 hour, and sometimes they say that the least time that you can spend it. All because, in fact, now you don't even pass marks. The people they don't come on now that then nearby schools the way they don't come inside the streets. For God's sake, if you then push them small. No matter what the person we want for buy, it will fend you outside the market day. So
even the part
enforce the rules then. Any style where then the customer them go fend them. If you go to Makola market na Ghana, the see what they need for do for we is for make them fly they call them walking bridge where like they can able for make like them small bridge there when I for motor man or for worker like come from one end and go across the other end. You know what I mean, right? You don't see them before another. Then aboard not that much and more of them now then they sorry now Africa now they more than Boko and not see the yard. But you able for help you for make the road they're not congested with human beings the way people they must carry and get for be very careful. I don't even know how the drivers they're very skilled. For later they cross in between overtake they not kill motor man. So we can able for make them fly over the day. They're not that expensive because most of the time are boat that they use. Then people like can able for work out from one end and go buy markets to the other end. But like the big markets there. So the motor car then go get free access and with the with their motor man they know they clog the place. But the government just need for close their eyes. And not pay attention to what they talk about get for free. All my
they vote for you, would not get for free.
And if you move back, even go get better, better business because now una go for get more space, you go for get more market. But when you team up now go now all a small few of orange or that you go for all now you go tired. But if you wanna move back, you have for expand your market. So they just need not for pay their attention and not for let them not allow them for drag them into politics. Let them just sorry for we and look back against the investors them. Now the main road and this way they pass. When you come on Lunge, when you come on at the airport, first of all the place then tell the day. Now then the market business don't start. They get tired now they get when people then come now that place now the first place that I know they foresee beautiful. push everybody when not get good market or good shop them, then give shop them thing and for them at the front, because the gateway and the first impression goes a long way. So when them come out there, then they come back to that Kissy Road. I don't know, help me, Mrs. Savage. When they come to that Kissy Road, let them make sure safe. Everybody will get shop in their place and their houses and they're well taken care of. And people then for the clear of that place because we want for showcase. Tell them they go. Because we try for go people there for camp. But if they come no more and you see this, the father, the orange, they have banana for don't yonder, black plastic for don't yonder. So people themselves na net, they use the bathroom, they throw it in the street.
Mama, the government need the government need for do something for them business people. I know what they try for talk about.
Yeah, there's two things, okay? Like when they say the government need for put certain law in place, but now would I then get for would I then get for do the laws there, not to the people there. But if the people are not they listen, you know, then they obey. So that means most of the things that with the government they do is very pointless. Because look like a year before SIP then they na power like APC them, because I be he say, you know, like the president Mr. Korma open like a business centers them for the people and for make them go. It be take like about a week or a month so be they see the road be clear, they want them they show video, sometimes they pass it, they see that upgone road Usai Abacha Street. It be clear before. You know, like the place is so fine.
But you know, say the place where them be go open for them people and the place where them be go open for them people, you know, say the population where na their country they, but most of them business people already do them business in their street they. They're not able, all of them, they're able to go park on their side and they will be able to give them for me, they're able to do business. Now, the problem this way before, say, for control the street of Sierra Leone, it will be so complicated.
Yeah,
you see the issue we try to talk about it.
But it's better than go there and decide the way they open for them than they crowd the streets. Because if the streets so crowded, you know, like right now, they talk about the fire force, you know. Most of the time, the reason why before then they go to houses or places they forgot, but the places they don't already born because of the crowded. So me, I prefer if then they choke na the market area, let them choke there and then choke na street. And most of the time, if you go to the market places, then you know they see a lot of people that day. Yeah. But all of them they're not street. So you see, that's the thing.
And they can get self sub street them where they can able to allocate to them. So Lord said the main street
now what is
them,
now what the street up they do business. What the street Airtel office now that they do business. Where you reach now what the street Airtel office, where say white boy. Everybody be know me why they do business. Because like what make they talk so I know what they try to talk about the issue then they for many people they go able to control that street then it will be so difficult really. It will be so difficult because even the times of doing that time it will also be so difficult because like the time where they do business na their side and even the time where they can the city council whether they can control we sometimes they can see some of people even the table they also be the same. Me are they let people there because there's no way because the guy the way they say them sleepers the way they can pray that street they can't pray and we know the way we tell them say we go. So they say wait where they talk to themselves they will say well you know say we not get no say who they go now no more we go survive. You see the issue there. So the issue is like all the government they need to move for do something for them business people that day. If we do something for them business people
they provide big markets for them. They're not that big market. Then self can do something for them. So we self can do something for we because not to just the main road, we get sub street there like at the corner then. Well like say so you know say beside the but just empty the main road. So everybody, you know, say the main road we can still get sub street houses then they across, right? Shops then, right? They give occupy them place then they so that also somebody they can for buy. You know, it's not on the main street you can go just bend at the corner, they're all day. So everybody come on at this because it can be said that you sell when they sell at that street the days are ambulance because when ambulance they can where fire burn. So people that can caught inside the fire, they burn. So they need immediate attention, right? Yes. So if they're not able to cross with them quick, they can not just the house go burn, but they will lose life.
The house will burn.
Yes, and this
that's true.
It can be to me, it can be to the person you parent, it can be to you picking, it can be to whether they sell it, it can be to whether they sell it. So this now for help we safe. So I think say let them try for enforce them. And then try that way, no matter what me believe or say, when me want something, what want for buy fish, would they come out all the way Wellington or come out Godwin? Not they go to fish market? Yeah. So if you want them, then where would they talk to them in the street? You know how for come out, go to the side, you go fend them there. But if we want investors them for come, we want let the ambulance them pass. The one where the fire brigade them pass without too much hassle, we get for make the roads and clear. Because the people that way they walk, this that they don't explain to us. So now when we they stone them, we don't know so for say them in the try for camp, but no more now we self block them a road.
Block the yes.
You see, so now the education, this is what they try for make. Now we all educate we self. For say not for say negligence or they just want to match pass or they just not care. They do care.
I know what they talk. I know what they put in place really. I know what they try for talk about. Then they all now good idea really for me they able empty the street then they. But me the issue we know now they try for talk so now make so because this now a very good idea if they able put some team mechanisms in place for me they able clean the street then they. I swear to God, Salone beaucoup accident they no go to corner their country then they. But like the main road the way they see so like then Sheka Stevie Street, Country Road, they can and take calm down. But then started they're knocking, but that main road they knock still on the main road and they now the road the way it can say we cross inside.
Right? You see how they clear, right? Because they enforce the law day.
Yeah.
Because of that,
yes.
The government
So
building the way they did. So now the same way they need for enforce the law, now the other side there, push them inside small so the people then will go fend them there. Then
now they got an employee salon. Then better than the way they make na salon and poil salon. Even the street, like example, how they can do this thing now. Some business woman they now they can make high table the way they can make. So this high table the way they can make, they can count the high table then cross on top the street. So the one table where they make the seat, like example, they will make a long seat panaso, long one. When they go church now the gutter inside the gutter, so the other one can't jump na the street. So now so they can do then cross the umbrella. This umbrella now they can cover the road. Even with the street, they come down by that and go down by I don't know how they go by Kijimi area and like just like that. So the umbrella where they can put na the road, they can cover the road. You understand? But the table like in they out of the street. The table like in they out of the street, the way can show no more, but the umbrella where they can make. So this is really difficult, really. But make them find a solution no more how they go able to help people then. Because they say it's not easy for them, really. Because like some man you don't use for sale now, like now I don't use for sale now. Everything that they able to get some money. But let them go able to pull me the quick for like go to other place, it will be so difficult. So but if they put some kind of way then they how they go able to put things in place for them, it will able to help them small. You understand? It will able to help them. Because if they go give you fine place, they sell, you don't go on the street again.
Things in place like a waiting because now solution will they try for fame. Like what do you mean? Because you now being one of the people that they sell them. So like a waiting so
okay,
things say the government can do for now.
Okay, the government like where you measure one place, like say for me they able to give them a big place, a very large place. But you know say Salone back again, side of the way they go able to occupy. For me they able make a big large place for them, so that then give a place for okay, all the businessmen, all the business people in that area they want for sell. But if you watch now inside the capital city of Freetown, there's no place no there under way because where they go give business people and say, "Una day I wanna sell now."
Okay,
you understand?
Okay, like example, please. You think say like okay. Say that Kisi wood, they can able for maybe buy 2 or 3 because you get you know, like one side is so before they go to that big wharf where them people them like big wharf badly. Okay, but the behind there, you know, they get market they right, and they get
oh yes, right? Because they get I think so. I remember that place there because they get a fence. Yes. Then people let them a door. Then they get another market inside where you go through
so
the.
You still say if the government probably buy that area there, like from people them. We get their houses then they their land then they, because I mean the government get the capacity for do that and then build a big market where I can take Makola market together and figure out how they get that is like this big building, but a story building, like I think that up to 4 stories, but a huge one. Everybody just gets small area there, like a small it will be like a room, but not like a room, like I would say there, cubic them. They make their like with this thing, with cement. But however, get strict rule and don't anybody when you want for die, you don't want for go drink poison, you just go thief the number. Because they done. Yeah. Because I mean actually they pack market, like how can pack so go put in a store? No. All now when they even $10 each, you don't, you just get like a small, they make a cubic, then they make so like a one area, they go and make them by line.
Yeah, then they
give a small domot so like a box. Under then you put your market so when you ready for now then when you put and then you lock it below. Monitor where you can you pull out under there, then you put and pantap on top. So waiting can happen now. Then get layer 1 fish market. So anything when I meat, dry fish, raw fish, chicken, beef, all the like this, but then all man get you know, everybody get a section. You come on there, you go up, you meet your bass, tomatoes, you know, all the half they get your section. So when you come up from that main road where they tell you, so where they must put you down, you know they cross the road, or they make sure say the road not two way, then you get a very high the demarcation in between where for where they separate the two, you know, the two traffic. So nobody not able for cross because in a wire safe. So what you they claim now from this steps what I tell you say when like a bridge for foot for pedestrians them. So you claim from here, you go across, you go down another big market what they see. So when you go there now, everybody there. So layer 1 as I tell you so. Then shoes then now, then they open they go need quick like them cold water. Then they na do now front then they get like a line so you not this part, when they call this one this part. So Lord say without they want for drink, if they come inside the motor they can don't quick, they can't buy it. So like they're affecting in the day. But the anything that we want for buy clothes and they other thing then they inside a huge market. So you feel say the government buy, let's say 4, 5, 6 places, houses, then broke all. Then renovate that place and make a huge, you know, market. They can tax people enough for the pay. And maybe on the side, they can able for make it in a small layer then for like a moscato for pack. People they okay want for camp pack. Now they say it be like 2, 3, 4 layers. Yeah, they will for pay and enter and pack. You feel say that they go help?
Ain't go help really. Ain't go help. So now I make all this no more. They pray to God no more. Let God judge the government for let able put things in place for them. So if you put things in place of them for them no more, everything will be work. That's how then they will work. That's how they will work. But if not to that no more, it will be so easy for me they able left them street then they.
Yeah, but if you say what we talk, so if the government look into that, because they able for make 2, 3.
No, it go work.
Yeah, so there's a solution.
That's how they go
up. So if they listen, let we all join now, the city, the mayor, let we all join now because they able for tax people and the people them what they pay every month. And then we go clean up the space and then that way then people then go for the clean the gutter there, we go able for the worker fast for go meet people there outside and they buy and then we go reduce this fire incidents there and the accident and the road accident is so numerous. Lord, absolutely. The road unnecessary hardship now we put on the government, the medication we get, we not get enough resources, we they kill, we won't picking them, we forbid the future leaders and for tomorrow, we they make the roads very hazardous. So like we they suffer we safe. So I think this now when people then get at midtown meetings then now the thing and this what they need for talk about the business people and we can help for put this on social media and you know blow them up and see if we can help for talk about them and may advocate because of my power, you know, now sense and then they make book. So
of course.
So thank you so much, caller.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your
okay.
Thank you, girl. Yeah, thank you, Mama.
Yeah. Thank you so much, viewers. Them, the show they come to an end, but we get some late comments. Them, where Kelly they comment when they say in comments say if then tell them for move from the streets, then they say the government's bad.
It no matter, let the government just say it. But government,
Yes.
we know we always appreciate
The
what
government,
government.
and say too, the government need to build a big market. And there's and Kelly the comment again say all the problem then right now we country they blame them to the government, because if they build so many markets, they say this no go happen. They say because right now we the people them they depend on business.
Yeah, that's true. They're not
Because
only build them, they for reinforce them. So when they build them, people they for good.
yes, because the thing is, like most of the time, everybody they say, oh, the government, the government, the government. But most of the thing they came back again at the people and back and they need to listen, because okay, look like before, just like how we don't say before they put market in place for most of them for move. But still some people and they left that market there, they can't sit on, they can't sell on the street. So all that they back again, they cause all that kind of disaster they are. So then they blame the government, the people and they listen. So if the government then start small thing like that, they need to listen and they talk, they need to take law and order. What about the big thing? What would they hope for now? You see, sometimes we get for abide to the small thing then first before we they hope for big thing, because most of the time if you go to the marketplaces, they see the marketplaces then they're so empty. But when you go on the street, you see a lot of people in the street they sell. You want to say now they're back again at the government and stuff. Where the people that we need for work very hard, and put things in place. Sometimes it's just common sense, Not to all things would they depend on government and government. There's a lot of things that we can able for do with self as the individual. We just therefore listen and abide by the laws then. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Mr. Bob.
Yeah, I want to run more back, not to just the house fire. We get the motor car them too, where sometimes they can overheat or things like that can happen, then they can catch fire. What you say?
Yeah, the things the way I think say the motor car then they overeat because then they maintenance the cars them. Motor car are like a small pikin. You get for wash to wash like you get for feed them, you get for give them food, the gas and all that thing. So if you need the maintenance your car, they take care of farm, of course you go overeat. And I believe saying I don't think they are so the cost than the Madam Cabo. We get for put all those things they are so in place, and also we get for help the youth them, like teach them for do like some kind of engineering work, those things that we go help them at the place, for working cars them, I believe saying I don't think then they will need for put in place as well. And also we just get for make sure they would monitor we cars them regularly. That's all.
Yeah, then back again, I feel say back again, another thing where the driver and get for take into consideration, like say where fire for somebody say, hey, smoke, then for break right away. One time, well,
when you say that day, there's something make a laugh, okay? You will see, right? The place is so crowded and choked. Sometimes even if you all are smoke, none of them move. But if you say how they come, oh my gosh.
Yes.
The people they afraid car more than cars.
Well, what happened at airport, The airport, 2013. Me don't tell me no go to my country. Don't have big gunners. Cannot the flight no more. Go from inside the plane. They get this big bus we go take una from the place where the plane put una care una go, so we say una go for collect una back. As we enter inside the bus so no more, before we say 2-3 minutes. As we dey move so, I remember somebody that smoke. But anyway, the fan, they get this small fan where they over, so they want the driver in part. They begin pull smoke. Instead of the driver just brake, The party where the attendant where they begin say, oh, it's okay, when I know what, when I no panic, we get under control. Yeah? When you know it won't come on around now, I don't know let me, you know, if you're okay for them, I don't know how, I don't know if you adjust for coil the situation down, but you don't say, yeah, now you want to say, when I open all the exit doors, they go for them, come on. And again, they say, oh, you know, then they stop window for come on, they say everything under control. Oh my God, that's one man is jam the window, me beside the shake. Then finally one guy and I go push the man at the remote. They come on before we, so they can't stop the motorcar now. I mean, they put the, they just upload the fan. But the thing is, I don't know if they get a training for say, at any time, it don't matter if you not smoke. What I smoke the fire, did it? It don't matter if you get that under control or not under control. When they say fire, just stop the motorcar right there. Nobody know for tell you nothing. So I think the authorities then they look, then they listen. I don't know if you will people they really get that training or they just want not listen because maybe people say by every rule they will don't tell them that it. It don't matter who start fire come out, you didn't say motorcar, especially in an airport. Just stop. Because airport you can imagine how many fuel they did, you know. So that is so scary because why they shake like a leaf. I said, I don't come on and the world, all this trouble, I don't go. Next time we country, so that today this one can meet to my God. But not tell me your mom come on and do. I'm not So, yeah, so now we go to pour water for make sure say the water get the car get enough water. Not to just no more for the ground or bang they go and the tires then sometimes I like they say the thing the rim they make what the tire don't flat then still they want say for make them go stop somewhere. I think say it advisable back again for let the people the way get motor car them know for say not to just house fire. Then they say na dangerous thing where fire can catch per motor car. And any side where fire they happen accident motor man life can left it.
Of course.
So over to you, man. We don't know.
Yes. Thank you so much, Malankabo. Because right now, so they try to end the show. So it's not your last word to travel then.
The last word I say thank you to all the viewers and today they contribute a lot today as always. But today we get more rapport with them. They send in more and I'm glad you were one of the people who they sell and their batches get other people able for camp. And don't give away their own side because you don't advocate for them, you know, colleagues that wouldn't left, say it's difficult for them because most time if they're not kind of the front, they're not going to forget their hand too much. And because you can hear from your voice now young person this. So they want for work, then they look for business. So let me also try, the government made them try for look for space there where they can able to make different markets and different sides, not to just one area because now a long street so that they go able to move them. And when they make them see them there, they go find for make them enforce the law, let them come out in. And no matter if you not, everybody can get excuse. Even if thief man said if it's thief, you can get excuse why thief. Yeah. So it don't matter. So it don't really matter what in the situation if they provide. They place them for them, they move them. And back it go find that the government look into them, then their pedestrian bridge the day. Because it go help you a lot. For the one the way they cross from one street to the other for go do shopping. So it will minimize the pedestrians on the road and then you know they take boku money for fix. Actually, we get a lot of timber in the country, we get a lot of iron there where they don't somewhere. Maybe they say that something way cheap because not to something way always they do with iron. Most of the one they want to see in fact in a boat they use. We just bridge on one side to the other, they came from make 2, 3 and Akisi road and come up around that Gas Street area, Frobe road, you know, make any side. So that the people that will cross over and just make them very high so that the motor car the way they park them, trailer them, it will be high enough for make the trailer then no go stop. And then that way they able for make them in the way somebody back now they just jump like they're picking they not go for jump because they get on a mesh. So it go fine for what we get done there for help with even at the main road then back now that Wellington waiting highway they came for make some area they wait for students then. Like you walk at it and go stop in a one area outside the all the cross because a lot of people in the killing in that road day based on the fact that they not happy for cross the traffic or big people and all day where they team up there with the stop sign them for help cross the beginning. And then they get them go look into it for like the police they came for team up there for cross. If they get mad, let's say Mosukari come, then beginning they go just panic because that's another key area down there as well. So until next week, I will say good night and thank you now all again. I mean, Aisita Tairukango. Over to you, madam.
Hi, Madam Kabo. Thank you so much, for your words. So you don't give family will fumble them. So I just pray say whatever thing we'll talk, we'll explain, people and will take the good thing out of it and work on that. And then also, thanks so much to reviewers, then the one the way they view right now, and also the one the way they comment. And thanks so much to the guy we called, at least able for highlighting them and able for give us some others ideas them as a market or as a businessman and woman. Really appreciate that. So just like me family, they already know say fire, nobody they happy for make fire happen, and also there's no way person they make fire intentionally, now make them say accidents, you see. But there's a lot of things that we need for put in place in that country there, and then we already know say, most of the time the fire force people and then they get problem at the roads because of overcrowding of the streets, and also they need to give them way, and two some of the road and too small. There's a lot of places that we're not able for access due to the thing they are so where they make by the time they reach places they don't burn and all that stuff, And me family, anything I want for discuss tonight, the things that way they cause fire, cooking equipment, just like how we don't talk, smoking in the bedroom, candle, these are things that way they make fire, they happen in a house, So if say you get your stove or you get whatever you they use in a house for cook, you get for make sure say all the things and the way they use turn off completely. And also during electronic outlets there, so then call the what they use for plug TV, freezer and all that stuff. We get for caution, we get for make sure say we not put so much things them, now then call there. So because if the cord overeat or get too much pressure, it go cause fire in the house. Where I believe say we not want that. So please, my family, make a caution of them and they will use the house. And also candle, candle are things the way they cause a lot of fires them na houses them. So please make sure say before they go to bed, you turn the candle off completely. And the one the way they smoke, when they smoke, make sure say you very be careful of you smoking areas them, because there's a lot of things there in the house. Some of them they're flammable. Some of them are just a little bit of smoke will make it catch fire. So if they smoke and things, make sure say you get a proper place where they dispose, the cigarettes in things them, and make sure say you get a little bit of water, you dump and they first before ever you dispose her. So that way they, the fire thing not go happen now in the houses them. And please, me family, them now make we abide to the rules. Them make we abide to the things that we people then they tell we, because they take them so much time for go out for educate the people them about fire prevention, about all anything they are so where they go on. We just need for learn and take them in place and take them thing they are so into consideration and work on them. So now that no more we need for do. And also we will pray. Now prayer than they always, for make the government help we and put things in place, for make Salone go be a better place. And also we too we need for we need for work on reself as well. We need for follow the rules them. We need for take things them now we have not to alter, we'll go wait for government or we'll go wait for somebody for tell you say this the way they do is wrong now so and see for do. Like common sense, will help we a lot. Sometimes when you know say this thing they do it wrong, you just get for make change. Although yes, not everybody knows say something and the way that they do it wrong, but if people and they come on board and they educate and they talk about time, we just need for change mindset and change the ways them how we they do things them. Fire things is very, very difficult in our tongue. We all know African so small, we not get so much equipment them, not tongue when it comes to fire as that and stuff like that. So please make a caution of our houses them, make we check our homes them, make sure say everything is cooled down, everything is turned off in the night before we go to sleep. Thank you guys so much. And me when it come to now, me na Fatimata Savage, and this show you so now what would you do? When it come to now from US, and we did also again every Saturday, same time. Because on my own time, na 3 p.m., but sometimes the Eastern time is so confusing. Because we get so much time different. But I believe say the Eastern time now 5 o'clock, right, Madam Cabo?
How is that? Yes.
Yeah, 5 p.m. Eastern time. But my own time now is na 3 p.m. Thank you guys so much on our call, on our comment. We really appreciate and we love you guys. Hopefully we'll go soon back again on Saturday. Tata.
Okay, so family, I will forget one thing where I don't mention for a tip what I mean tell about fire, where fire catch, they say smoke they go, now up smoke they go, where smoke they make it rise up. So if you inhale the smoke, it's bad because it can long run, if you never forget that off your lungs, they can cause cancer. So it's fine for like where if you there awake and you conscious, because now the smoke can make you lose consciousness so fast. If you're conscious, just lay down at one where you want in the core, where you want to come on at the house for exit the fire. And then if there is any way, like if you fire catch by you close already, maybe they sleep in it, just roll like for don't tap the outside ever the fire leave now you back for don't pan you back now the phone, then before now you roll when you come, because when you roll it help for hot the fire. And then let we learn for call the authorities then quick. Don't learn for the just say we fire make to way water quick, because if the fire and a chemical we don't know what it happen. If not like a petrol, the more you put water, the more you really cause more trouble. So if that petrol they inside something na combustible, like if they inside something we compress or gas, like now people then they use cook gas for cook, it can explode. And you when they try for send that fire, that's make it make like bomb, it make like bomb, it make bigger fire now save or burn people. So if we able, we almost exit the house, come on at the house property, you can get them back in there, they get life back. Because everybody knows that fire brigade not for reach the quick because of all the constraints they all don't talk. Do you want just lock the remote them? Because now the oxygen where they, if you breathe the blow inside the house, like we open the door and that oxygen they make the fire catch quick. But if the remote the all close, that fire not the catch quick so. It make smoke. But as soon as they open no more way the breeze enter and the fire the blaze. So everybody lock the remote them, they will not come out. So me so far now this a member for share back with everybody because fire can be. You can come out there and say, oh, I remember something, I remember me picking, or remember me dog, or I remember something, you go inside. And not say we back home, you don't say remember the dog and then I do anyway. But anyway, so far family wanna thank you. And that will end up for tonight. We hope say everybody take something small, we have learn from una, we have share your idea. We hope say next week we go all commissioner back with long life and well body. Tata and good night.
Hello Fambulem, na kushe kabo and welcome to another edition of the weekly program we come to now na Voice of Salone Radio and TV Network. As we promised we viewers them, say by God in power we try for bring what they request for. Today we did now one big institution as Salone. We can tell now waiting they self do na the country. But before we go further, me na Mohammed Cecil Kamara we call the program to you and I get a guest Naya. We said we introduce yourself and tell that name.
Okay, good afternoon and thank you very much. Me na station officer been to Fatimata Kamara from the National Fire Force.
Okay, Miss Bintu Fatmata Kamara. So like we did our fire force today, waiting at the actual role and the responsibility of the National Fire Force at the country.
Okay, thank you very much again. Well, Cap 68 of the Laws of Sierra Leone 1960 and the Fire Authority Act of 1980, they give our force the sole mandate for respond to all fire incidents across the country, and also we can respond to other emergencies that we get for do disasters such as man-made and natural disasters then. And we can also do rescue operations then, like if somebody for doing inside well able for community we get personnel whether an expert for doing work then. But the sole mandate will get whether we no more responsible for doing if anybody come in and help the employee now for ensure we extinguish all fire incidents there where they take place in the country.
Okay, yes, now you say all about the country. Now Usa and Usa we get the branches there because like I believe say the headquarter the Nayasu Usa with this presently. So like you can tell me the station they will get other branches them.
Yes, for the western area we get about 4 branches. We get one on Sakila Road, we get one at Abadim, we get one at Kisi and one at Ukel. For the provinces, we get Station Abo, we get Makeni, we get Kenema, we get Pujon, where we recently built one station there, we get Moyamba, we get Cambia, then we get Kono. Then we presently construct station na Kabalawe very soon we go done. Then we don't recently open another station na Kailao. So for now the only side that will not get stations there it's na places like Putroko, Kaine. I think that them Falabala then side they bond. But we try for
so like if fire accidents occur na Putroko, which you go do now call from Cambia because na the closer day for like which day?
No, unfortunately we not go able to call because we consider the distance we will cover. And the most unfortunate thing is not to all the stations then we get engines then because we get very limited engines then presently. For the whole country we get less than 35 engines then. So like we get stations that we not get engine like I say. And for example, like Cambia station, we get the station they will not get engine there. Then also Moyamba and Pujo we get fast stations and they will not get engine. So what thing they can do now for just take the proactive approach for like sensitizing people on waiting for prevent themselves from fire. But if fire occur, unfortunately for now we're not able to attend to the fire calls because we don't get engines then at them places then.
Okay, so like all the stations that we call so they all get different call line,
Exactly.
Okay. When una can go for go do this for go extinguish a fire, I don't know if I can get any challenges with people because first time today we understand say fire force they go they do much pass they make so people like install them that they happen again.
Yeah, we got a good challenges there, but one thing I want to clarify, I want to make family know now that fire force not the match pass before they hot fire. Now I believe when even me before I joined the fire service, I began that belief they wish I come out becoming that people they even take over 30 years at the fire service. And not ever they happen. And not something at the wall where that's the happen. Maybe firefighters and they march before they hot fire. And not true at all. But the challenges them when as you don't rightly ask them plenty. In fact, they can make at times not able to do work there on time. Because but people get that negative perception about fire force and then get them because most of them never get the education, never get the true story, but waiting really fire force they undergo. You know, so when you believe something went wrong and you never get the opportunity to get the right story, yes, you always work with that wrong notion. Yes. So the first place is not the match pass. And the challenges they get for do with one late calls. Most of the time people not can call you on time. So man not even get the fire service number. And so man get a habit where fast start, it go try for what and for himself take where he say now not able and the go begin fed for call the fire service. Then also we get challenged with the road networks. We can go to some areas then. We must get reach with the see the host born, but we're not able to access the particular house the way they born because the road not able to lead it today.
Right place.
Yes, you know, so we get some places at this country where even by itself or pass the not
the inside and then slum.
Then cluster areas, there's no access road, the topography not good and all that. Then also this traffic congestion. Most of the time for me cooking left with stations, them for when they find incidents there, it can be very, very difficult because the motor man and the motor car they all can just cluster. For me to get to it not easy. So all the challenges they can make we not able to reach on time. And what to make people know, as firefighters, we get a rule where the government we now react. We say when you are on duty, if you fail for respond to fire call, that's you as an individual firefighter. You do operations, you fail, that what can left you where they go out fire, and they lead to immediate dismissal. So that means that we take fire call very, very important. As soon as we get the call, we can left on time. So now only then challenges there can make we late. And also the most unfortunate thing, we don't go through all the struggles there. Just when we reach at the scene, the people can become very hostile to me. They will begin stoning the cause and all that. Well, that can make we work on time. But we know that with more education and we begin know the constraints of what they go through. Then go learn for embrace we rather than for stone we and all kind of things so we go interrupt with operations.
Okay, Ms. Bintu, thank you very much. Really appreciate the sensitization we give to people out there because I know say when people request for this particular program and because of the one for know how they for tackle the kind of problem that will come. So like I don't know if you go give me a rough statistics or let me say last year and this year, which one will get more fire accident than the country?
Well, for last year and this year, if we look at the statistics, this year we don't tend to get more fire incidents
than last year. Never mind, it's just don't begin.
Yeah, that's why the fact that this year not ended. Because when you check from last year January to the present month road day, and you try for check from this year January to the present month, this year alone we don't record over 200 fire incidents there, just from January to this March month road day, and that's very, very worrisome. For last year, for the whole of the year, we record something like 400 and something to 500 fire incidents there. But for this year alone, we don't record 200 and more.
Yeah, we are never reach middle.
Yes, and we as firefighters, we believe say anytime we fire occur, now either you act or you omission, either you do something or you fail for do something. Yeah. We not believe say you get anything like corrosion fire or then other superstitious belief get attached to fire. So now because of we behaviors, then I can lead to them fire there, and then behaviors they are there for do with one how they handle the household equipment like this cold pot. One major cause of fire is this cold pot. The fact in most time we go where they try for hot the cold pot. If you know hot that cold properly, that one coming up with hot fire will make the entire cold engage and will lead to fire. Then also then stove they are working use. They get technical for put on and put off where you miss the cause fire. Then the major cause of fire what they get where over 70% of fire incidents then get for do with electricity. The way people they handle the electrical appliance system, then faulty connections, the lack of maintenance and all the lights, overloading of circuit. Example is for extension. So man just believe so when you get extension, if you provide 10 space, you for flop all 10 space and then despite the voltage where you equipment they consume. That very, very wrong. They use your extension according to the voltage of the equipment. Now we get you fan, you get your freezer, you get your computer, they just get one day extension. What you do, you overload and more than the capacity. So it will give two feedback, either it blow off your equipment or it cause fire. So some of the things in this way they cause fire mostly like the communities then.
Okay, thank you very much for this now a way for them to learn plenty. I believe say waiting my sister don't talk now it make a huge sense because it happen to everybody, especially being at this country. Me say it happen to me, but alhamdulillah I don't get them from and today. Say if the extension provide the 10 space and not for go slot all thing. At times I even put goose day where you know even correct, you know say. So like one thing again, when I can go for hot fire, I don't know this toll gate because I don't see one time where the fire force reach day. Passing here for which stay the other motor and pass force. Will I get any special sign or will I pay na the toll gate before I cross?
Well, the good thing is that we not the pay at the toll gate. All we find is they can go through without any payment. But we not get any special sign where they will put say this not just for emergency vehicles. It might not be only for first vehicles, then maybe the ambulance system. Like at least they need to provide a special space where no other mosquito go the pass or if several other mosquito they but they create way where vehicles where they in emergencies coming, not go get that term, they're not go get reason for waste time. Because one thing about emergency, especially working go to fast scene, far not the wait. The more they get oxygen, the more they continue to expand. So the sooner you reach at the fast scene, the more helpful it will be for make you able to extinguish that fire on time. So like we not get no special side where we go say this are just for emergency vehicles there.